this works. It says that I'm live. I'm not sure if I will actually be live, but I've got a plan for this stream. It's gonna be lit as heck. I was gonna say lit as shit, but then I was like, let me censor myself. But then I was like, fuck it. What's up, Frosty Does Things? Welcome to the stream, my dude. Just Metro. I am live. No. I love that the flying pigeon plays. Just no. Alright, let me put out this tweet. Alright, so we're gonna be looking at some entitled parents and some revenge stories, and we're gonna be deciding, are they real or not? Amelia S., what's good? Oh wait, I wanted to fix something. Let me just mess up something that I was planning to do right off the bat. I'm going to have a little bit of change of how we did it last time. I don't know if anybody was at the previous, Am I the Antagonist stream? But we kind of had, like, donations going during the stories, and it kind of disturbed some people, and made them enjoy it slightly less. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read some stories, and then I'm going to take a break and look at some of your super chats and stuff if you guys decide to donate at some point. Like, holy... What? William Bucci! Okay, see, I'm already getting started. But we can just talk for a little bit before we get into the posts fully. William Bucci, what the heck, my dude? Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. See, I'm gonna be seeing them come up on the side, and I'm gonna have to, like, actively ignore them. Stephen A., thank you for the $5. So at some point, we're going to get into the stories, and I'm going to take a little bit of break from recognizing donations as much as I'm going to be appreciating them internally, and then I'm going to address all of you guys at once after the story is finished, so we can have a nice flow to the story and all that stuff. Thank you very much, Justin Davis, for the 99 cents. Can you do a video on wig reviews? What am I, ready to glare? Q has the smoothest voice. Thank you, Tamara. Or Tamara? I don't know how to say. I'm stupid. Thank you for the $2. Oh god, my girlfriend's Snapchatting me. Justin Davis, thank you for the 99 cent. Did that just come up again? I don't know. My thing is, like, delayed up here in the top corner. Sub to Hoover, thank you. I've seen you a lot. Is peeing straight water too much hydration? No, peeing straight water I think is a good thing. What's up, Eduardo Silva? I hope you're doing well out there in Brazil. There's no such thing as... There is such a thing as too much hydration. I should establish this at the beginning of the stream. You can have too much hydration. You can get water poisoning. Stocking loves cake. Thank you so much for the $10. That's crazy. Like, you guys blow me away with the donations sometimes. You're way too generous. I did my taxes! Guys, I did my taxes. I got to the post office at like 6 p.m. No, not 6 p.m. 5:30 p.m. Luckily, there was one that was open until 6 in the town next door. I'm not a confirmed tax evader. Holy shit, Nikes. See, like, I'm trying to censor myself a little bit. Natasha, I'm currently at work food court here at a Target store, listening to your Reddit videos. Your vids keep me sane. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm glad that I can help you enjoy work a little bit more. I never had a job where I could listen to something while I was working, so I'm a little bit jealous that you can do that. So I'm glad it helps you enjoy your work a little bit more. River McCollum, thank you for the $9.99. I really appreciate that. I love how it was like, I'm not going to be addressing donations, but this is the beginning of the video. We're just saying hi to each other, and then we'll get into some stories. You should do a collab with r/. Hey, I'd be down for that. I love you, Q. Your content is great, and you're probably my favorite Reddit YouTuber, and my favorite... Oh my god, that's so sweet, Brian. Also, Monochrome Mandalorian. I'm a fucking genius. I can read names. Thank you for the $2. And Brian, thank you for the 5. Are you pro PewDiePie? Yeah, subscribe to PewDiePie. I'm sorry if that loses me, people, but I like the guy. Artsy Rosie says Q gay. Fair enough. Dino USB, what's good? I see that there are moderators in here now. Thank you for hanging out, moderators. I swear to God, I will alert people of streams in the future. Awkward Equilibrium, thank you for the $2. Pineapples belong on pizza. Controversial opinion. I can't say I agree. But I appreciate that nonetheless. Want to see my juicy cat. I don't think cats should be juicy. I think cats should be dry most of the time. Yo, Kai, what's good? Alright, so we got some moderators in here keeping the peace. Misery Box, I made a video about him yesterday. I'm not a fan. I think the guy needs a lot of professional help. You're the only Reddit YouTuber that keeps it real. Yeah, I try to keep it real. Sometimes it's hard. I can't always be 100% transparent, but I try to. Like, Entitled Parents and ProRevenge. We're gonna be kind of goofing on these stories and talking about if they're real or not tonight. Because they can be a little bit ridiculous sometimes and unbelievable. Or not believable, I should say. What's your favorite story you've read on Reddit? Oh my god, I've read so many at this point. Thank you, Owen Taylor, but I've read so many at this point. I can't even keep track. You're part of my holy trinity. You, r/ and Voicey here. Illuminati used to be in there, but she accused r/ of sub-botting. You know, I wouldn't hate on Illuminati for that, honestly. Like, she saw some stuff that seemed kind of sketchy, and I think there was a reasonable explanation, but it did seem confusing from the outside. So I would give her a second chance. She does make good content. I personally like her. Pixel Entertainment, thank you for the $2. Have you thought about playing games with viewers? I have. You know, me and my girlfriend have talked about doing like a Jackbox type thing in the future. It might be hard to like organize, but kind of want to. Red Yeet Tubers. That's us. Oh, can we get some yeets in the chat, please? I love yeets. Also, thank you, Sleeping Demon. Thank you, Zitero. I'm drawing you a fan art, since it's currently like a two-face thing. Half nice guy, half regular cute. Ooh, that sounds like a great idea, Sub to Hoover. All the yeets give me life. I love you guys. Sick. Okay, cool. Neato Burrito. This is grand. Okay, so we're going to be goofing on some Entitled Parents stories. I think we should get into them. So if you do donate, don't be offended if I don't mention it right away. I will be getting to them after the stories. Thank you for all the yeets. Oh my god, they're still coming in. Deku, you'll get the last. Thank you so much for the $10, my dude. I don't even see that in the chat. Wait, where'd it go? It got like attacked by yeets. Oh, that might have come through Streamlabs. But thank you so much, Deku. I will try and find your chat after this story. Let's see what we got here. Let's actually try and find one first. Okay, this one the people paid money to say that they loved this post. So let's see what's going on here. Lawyer, I'll represent your case after you give me your child. Already right off the bat, I'm like, are you kidding me? This could not have happened. But let's see what's going on. Lawyer, I'll represent your case after you give me your child. Apparently, this is a real court case that broke out a few years ago, but surprisingly, hardly got any media attention. Once I heard about it, I thought it'd be perfect for this subreddit. It's also a pretty complicated story, so bear with me as I try to simplify it for you. TLDR at the bottom. Okay, that's helpful. So EL is entitled lawyer, W is wife, H is husband, ELD is entitled lawyer's daughter. That's a confusing one. SIL is son-in-law. About a month ago, EL was representing H in a divorce case in Oklahoma. At one point, EL went to visit W, who was pregnant and in jail for unrelated criminal charges, to sign a waiver saying that she didn't need to appear in court for the divorce. W also had an older child living at home and had signed additional documents giving up custody of said child, that W would not be awarded visitation to her older child, and W would have had to pay child support. It also confirmed that H was not the father of W's unborn baby. Okay, I just want to give a small criticism of some of these stories. I get so gosh darn confused with initials. Like, these initials are already breaking my brain. But we will continue on, and I'll see if I can... Okay, so W is wife, H is husband. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe this is my problem. After the divorce was settled, EL contacted W for further discussions regarding her upcoming baby. EL was going to represent W in an application for judicial review, as in having the Supreme Court look into it. At one point, EL offered to let ELD take care of her new baby until W was out of jail. Eventually, W gave birth to a baby boy and agreed to assign temporary guardianship to ELD and SIL. Little did she realize that ELD would go on to turn this temporary guardianship into permanent custody right under W's nose. It started with ELD and SIL calling the baby by a different name instead of what W chose. EL later filed a petition for guardianship on behalf of ELD and SIL. A judge granted this petition and even allowed EL's family to make plans to fully adopt W's baby as their son. EL let W know about this and even told her that they were going to keep the name they wanted because they believe he shouldn't be named after the biological father. The judge also denied EL's previous application to give W's criminal history judicial review. Meanwhile, ELD and SIL filed a separate petition without W's consent and used a different lawyer other than EL. W was devastated that she'd been deceived like this. What was supposed to be a safe haven for her child turned into a lawyer's version of Rumpelstiltskin. W filed her own petition to modify the guardianship, claiming that EL had lied to her and that she had no idea this was going to be permanent and had no plans to give her son up for adoption whatsoever. Shortly after, W was released from jail, and the judge for her case threw EL and ELD's petitions for adoption right out the window, describing it as the most dishonest, deceitful, and unethical behavior he'd seen in years. In the end, W was reunited with her baby boy, while EL was forced to resign and was stripped of her license. TLDR, a sleazy lawyer tricked her client into signing away the rights to her newborn son so that she could adopt him as her own. The client retaliated and got her baby back. Okay. It took me a little while to process. The TLDR definitely helped, but that's so messed up. So the W, the woman or the wife, was under the impression that EL. Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm so confused, you guys. The music is too loud. Okay, might be you guys. We're gonna figure it out as we go here. Boom. That should be a little bit better. This RuneScape playlist, this is all RuneScape music, and it can get a little bit crazy sometimes. I'm sorry, you guys. See, another live stream, another horrible failure. Yeah, so this story is very confusing, but basically, I guess the woman and her husband... fuck. I have no clue. I have no clue what I just read. Somebody, the lawyer took the baby... Okay, so the mother granted temporary guardianship to the lawyer, and then the lawyer was like, "This is my baby now," and claimed it as her own. And then was like, "You cannot have this baby anymore." And then the mother was like, "Nah." And then a new judge was also like, "Nah." So it all kind of worked out for the best, but nonetheless, a very confusing story, not helped at all by the abbreviation of these names. I'm gonna go through, I think since that one was a little bit of a dull one, I think we should go over one more story and then maybe hit up some super chats. And thank you guys for your lovely patronage. Thanks for the repair. Let's try and find like a medium one. I see an L and I get intimidated, you guys. I feel like any story that is an L and is a large story hands me an L because I'm bad at reading stories. You're making my daughter gay! I couldn't even see if that, like... You're making my daughter gay. Okay, cool. Not too loud. Not too loud. Oh, man, I think that my audio levels are off. Yeah, my voice is very low. My voice is lower than usual. That's why this music is a problem. You're making my daughter gay? I think that sounds like a good one. Let me just fix... I don't want to fix it midstream because I feel like that'll mess with things. Let's just check out You're Making My Daughter Gay. Nice. Okay, nice and short. just my style so that my stupid brain can figure it out. You're making my daughter gay. So this happened back in high school. I had just come out as bi, and my best friend said she was too. So after weeks of talking about it, decided to date, but take things slow as this was our first non-hetero relationships. Needless to say, as with most high school relationships, it didn't work out, and we agreed mutually to break up. At this time, I'd also come out to my very conservative parents, who were just getting back to talking to me when my mom got a phone call and left the house to take it outside. This she never does. She popped her head in a few minutes later. Mom, did you date? Me? Yeah, but we agreed that it wasn't working out. She then sat opposite and snapped at me that her mother was furious and that your daughter forced mine to be with her. Jesus Christ. She told me so. She told me so. She's making my daughter gay. This led me to a very long meeting with my head of year at school. She apparently reported me for sexual assault, we never went that far, and harassment, and wanted me expelled. Fortunately, the head of year is a lesbian. She brushed off EP's concerns with their teenage girls. They'll fall out and make up. Sorry for the lack of speech. To this day, I wish I'd heard what was said on that phone. I mean, this one feels real to me. I'm not sure or not. What's up, Tomato Biscuit? I see you out there. I feel like the reported me for sexual assault sounds kind of crazy and fake. I could see a mother being like, my daughter's not gay, like a mother being like homophobic and being like, my kid isn't gay, there's no way my kid is gay, your kid just tried to make my kid gay or something like that. Like, I could see that being said, but the sexual assault thing kind of rings false to me. I don't think somebody should, well, yeah, it's kind of messed up to accuse somebody of that just because, but I'm glad everything worked out in the end. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, yo, okay, let's try this out. Let's try this out. 1 in the chat if you think it's real. 2 in the chat if you think that it's not real. And I think I'll put in a poll afterwards so you guys can decide. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put in a poll for all of them, though, because you can only put in so many polls in a recorded video. So 2. Okay, a lot of people are 50-50. Most people think it's fake. Damn, son. I'm glad you guys are on my team, because, like, that was one of the things that was frustrated with, like, with Entitled Parents being so big, was that, like, I got tired of, like, making the videos, because I felt like a lot of them were fake as shit. And I'm just glad that we're kind of on the same page. Like many of these stories, there is a believable premise that is then marred by an extreme embroidery upon the reality of it. I feel like that's super true. I totally agree. Like, I think that a lot of Reddit stories in general seem to be something that could happen, and then it just takes this left turn where it's absolutely insane, and it sounds like legitimately something that a child would make up. But they just want that sweet, sweet karma. Alright, so let's see if we've gotten any new super chats. Let me go over those and make sure that I give some solid recognition to the lovely people that support the stream. I figured this out last time. There we go. There we go. Okay. Play with viewers. Okay. So Matei Tureen says, man, 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 man. Beautiful. Thank you for the $2, my dude. Chris A says, had entitled child yesterday, submit story when. You guys can submit any stories you want to qsubs@gmail.com. That's CUESUBS@gmail.com. Rhea, you didn't tell me you were streaming right now. I told you that I was going to stream. Fawn. I put an announcement out on Twitter. Eric Sprunk, thank you for the $1. Doom Roxer, sorry it's not a lot. Love your videos, Q. You're the best at reading these things. Only person I watch. Keep it up. Doom Roxer, $5 is a ton of money to donate to a streamer. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, and never think that something like that isn't enough. Just your appearance at the stream, talking in the chat is plenty enough. William Bucci, very, very solid donator to the stream, always coming out. Female dog of a lawyer. I agree. That lawyer sounded like a bitch in the first story. I'm gonna say my shit. Nervous Kraken came for Reddit, stayed for the RS and H2O. Yo, I'm glad to hear that, Nervous Kraken. I need to do more like RuneScape stuff. I used to have like RuneScape intros and stuff. That was fun. Thank you so much for your donation. Tomato Biscuit, you're making me gay cute. Thank you for the $2, dude. And I hope to convince you someday. Flawful, thank you for the 201. Hey Q, I love your channel, so take my money. Thank you. I love your presence. Fawn Lopez says, you didn't tell me you were streaming right now. I'm sorry, I apologize. M Squared says, hey Q. Hey there Q. Let me holla. Please accept this $5. Keep up the great work. Thank you, M Squared. I appreciate that. So yeah, thank you guys all for the things, for the sweet donations and kind words and such. I'm always very flattered by you all. Let's hop over to a revenge subreddit. Let's try ProRevenge. I couldn't fit all of them in the title, but I do have nuclearrevenge and supernovarevenge also lined up. Also, if you're watching the replay of this, let me know if you're liking this format of reading the donations after the stories, if you're liking that better. What is up with Notre Dame? Why does Kurt Cobain keep saying Notre Dame? Also, wait, I just gotta read one special super chat, donating more money to my own boyfriend. Thank you, Osiris, I love you. So we're looking at all posts from, like, the past 24 hours, just to keep them extra fresh, since... Oh, Notre Dame is on fire? Oh, no. It's burning. It's on fire right now. That is terrible news. I'm very sorry to hear that. Hope nobody in this stream is being, like, directly affected by that. I hope everybody's okay. Damn. Kurt Cobain, thank you for the enlightening, I can't frickin' speak right now. Yeet. Alright, let's get to this story. Sorry to everybody in Notre Dame. Drop an F in the chat for Notre Dame. The client is not always right. Also, I'm gonna try and go for like an hour and a half today. See if we can make it that far. I got my water here. That's not going to be enough. I might have to take a break midway. Because I drink a lot of water. The client is not always right. Let's see how long this is. Holy heck. Okay, if I can make it through this, then I'm a professional Reddit reader. This just happened. Couldn't wait to go home and post. I'm on cloud 9. Long read TLDR at the bottom. I work at a big ad agency with large companies as our clients. We expect to work in partnership with our clients. We fire clients that treat us poorly. Usually, we treat each other with respect. Our biggest client has 5 different teams we work with, and one of them was led by Baseball Dad. Baseball Dad will be BD from now on. BD was the type of necklace marshmallow who gets wasted at his kid's baseball game and starts heckling the other kids. Just a boorish asshole. He never approved of any of our work, putting out awful stuff that his internal team made even though he is literally paying us millions of dollars to make ads for them. His product was struggling to sell, and he blamed us, even though we were killing it with the other 4 teams. He didn't know this, which comes back to bite him later. However, none of this is why we needed revenge. I don't give a crap if a client wants to fail. I collect my paycheck regardless. However, he crossed several lines. 1. He was extremely sexist. He used to call my female coworkers sweetheart in the most condescending voice, commented on their clothes/bodies, and would wink/smirk at me when they were talking because they were both men, I guess. Because we are both men, I guess. These women are highly accomplished, serious people, and are like family to me. Huge misplay on his part. So he's treating women like crap, and then winking at this guy like they're bros, and they both get it. BD was abusive to us. He would constantly interrupt us, tell us to shut up, call us vendors, and remind us that he could fire us at any time. BD would lie. He would tell his boss, actual nice guy, not nice guy TM, but too busy to check closely, that we missed deadlines or forgot deliverables because he never checked his email. We would then have to awkwardly struggle to prove BD wrong without calling him a liar so that we could keep the business. He never owned up to anything he said to us on the phone. 4. The final straw took place on a call between BD and one of my project managers. I saw her run out of a room crying. She told me BD said to her in a one-on-one She told me that BD said to her in a one-on-one call that she should worry less about budgets and more about wearing that nice top she wore to our last presentation. Gross. Okay, so this guy's an asshole. Sounds like he deserves some revenge. Revenge time. I told my cool boss that our team had enough of BD. We were at our wits' end with his shit. Several of my coworkers were looking for new jobs. It's hard to hire good people, so my boss asked me if I could give her a day to figure this out. She wanted to lose BD without the entire business. The next day, she showed up with our IT guy, who set up voice recording on our conference line. It's illegal to record people without consent in my state, but BD was late to every call. Too bad, because if he had ever shown up on time, he would have heard the new message kicking off every call. This call is being recorded. Nice. His team heard it and had no problem with it. I suspect they hated him too. For the next 2 weeks, we recorded everything, every word of it. One of my audio engineers made a supercut of every terrible thing BD said. Every sweetheart, shut up, no one cares what you think. My project manager even baited him into repeating what he said about her clothes on a budget call. This time he literally said, "You're much better at flirting than budget, sweetheart. That's why I like you." Oh, this guy's getting what's coming. The supercut sounded insane when played all together. It was an incredible piece of evidence. We sent it to his boss and his vice president and threatened to walk away from the work 2 weeks before the product launch if BD wasn't disciplined. They immediately apologized and begged us not to leave. They said it would be handled by Monday. My one sweet project manager had been so gross that he got to the best part. My one sweet project manager he had been so gross to got the best part of the revenge. She anonymously sent the supercut to his wife using the email address she had posted on LinkedIn. I don't know what became of that, but I imagine it wasn't good. On Monday, BD wasn't on the call. My boss snooped and found out that he had a few complaints prior and had gotten immediately shit-canned after we sent it through. He didn't see the vendors as people, so he was shocked that his words towards us counted against his 3-strike policy. Apparently, he melted down completely as he was being fired. He said it was all because we were incompetent, but the other 4 teams had put in their numbers and said that it wasn't on our end and their products were slaying. Wish I could have seen it. I imagine he came home to a very angry wife as well. We are all hitting the bar tonight in his honor. Fuck you, baseball dad. TLDR baseball client. TLDR sexist client gets recorded and canned from his cushy, high-paying job that he didn't deserve. That sounds like justice, my dudes. That sounds like justice. I was struggling for a little bit there. I think I made it. You know, it sounds plausible. Like, as far as validity, valid or not, it sounds like it could be plausible. I don't get the whole thing. Like, I understand that it's more revenge to, like, send it to the wife. Because you want her to know, but also do you want to, like, ruin the wife's life? I don't know. I feel like it's probably better that she just knows. That she just knows the truth about her terrible, terrible husband, so that hopefully she can get out of there and start to get some better shit going on. I just realized that I don't have ad block on. Oh man, it's automatically blocking out all of the... Okay, so what I want you to do is, okay, say true or false if you think it's real or not. Or real or fake? Which is better, true or false, or real or fake? I don't know. I'll see reals and fake. Do real and fake. Real and fake sounds better. Let's see if that actually comes through, because for some reason, it's filtering now. Now it's gonna be a mix of real fakes and trues and falses. Oh man, most people think it's real. It sounds plausible to me. Damn, you guys are really coming through here. I wasn't listening. Thanks, Osiris. Nice to know. Real but exaggerated. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it. This is a feel-good story. Whether it's real or not, it was well written. It definitely gave me it set up this guy as a terrible, terrible person, and he got absolutely everything he deserved. And he was blindsided by it. That's also something that I like. Am I going to do VS tonight? I'm not sure. I'm still, figuring out how to properly do VS on these YouTube streams. So, yeah, still figuring it out. Q is a super cute bean. Yeah, let me check out these super chats. Since that was a long story, I'll check super chats now. Okay, so the last one that I read was from Osiris, donating more money to my own boyfriend. Deuce Beast 20 says, live stream Q is better than edited Q. More H2O, more H2O, look at me messing up. More H2O is necessary. Thank you, Deuce Beast. I like doing live stuff. I feel like it allows me to be a little bit more, just off the cuff, you know? So I appreciate that, and I appreciate the $2. I need to turn my goddamn vibrations off. I'm, throwing my phone across the room. Hope you guys can hear those. What do you think of Dungeons and Dragons from Israflelk the Wanderer? I've seen you before, and I always mess up your name. What do I think of Dungeons and Dragons? I've never played before, and I really want to. I've just never gotten people together to be able to get a game going. And I know that they have them. There's a store pretty close to me. It's funny because there's, a store that's for board games and Dungeons and Dragons right next to, a CrossFit place. So, not to say that those two communities can't overlap, but I just find it funny. The Rainbow Weeb says, love your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like the stuff that I put out. It makes me really happy when people say stuff like that. Thank you for the $2. Osiris says, make you a mod. I did. Thank you for the $3.99, Osiris. Osiris, you should just donate 99 cents every single time you want me to see one of your messages, because, we're in a relationship. We're sharing money here. The Zitero, $50 fucking dollars. What the hell? Thank you so much. That's crazy. Oh no, it is not a happy comment. A major fire erupted at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris Monday. The cathedral, which was undergoing renovations, suffered extensive damage. Authorities have not yet determined the cause of the fire. No deaths have been reported, CBS News. Well, thank God no deaths are reported, but I'm a big fan of, architecture and history, and, it makes me really sad to hear that that's happening to the Notre Dame Cathedral. So that fucking sucks. Thank you so much, Zitero, though. That's crazy that you donated that much. Blade Martin, thank you for the $2. Ice cream on sandwich bread, not a bad combo. I feel like it'd be okay on white bread. Maybe not, wheat bread, though. I don't know. If you had to vote in the chat, let me know what kind of bread you think would be best with ice cream on it in sandwich form. Sorry for that. Very rude of me. William Bucci, my homie, says Notre Dame, more like Notre Dame. Yeah. More like Notre Dame shame. Get it? Ha ha ha. Sourdough. That sounds good. Like a bread roll. Banana bread. I don't know if I consider that a real bread. Brioche might be good. Croissant. That is the fucking, yeah. Cookie dough, French bread, cinnamon raisin bread. No, you guys are right. You guys are coming with better options than me. I think cinnamon raisin bread's a good one. Croissant, I'm not sure if that's quite bread. I don't know. Bread is such a confusing term. So somebody donated 99 cents and then had their message retracted. So I don't know what that deal is, but thank you for the 99 cents. Strife Games with a 4 instead of an A in game says, yo, my cat's name is Pork Chop and he is drinking water. Well, Pork Chop is a true H2O. Why is it filtering the word white? LMAO. Yo, white bread is racist, bro. I'm feeling oppressed just from you guys saying white in the chat. Christina Litt, I feel like you're more lively on live stream. I feel like when you do a live stream, you do have to bring... I mean, you don't have to. There are definitely chill streams out there, and I respect that. I know a lot of people prefer that sort of thing. But I feel pressure to be, like, up and, like... I don't know. I feel like if I lost energy and I was doing a live stream, it would get bad really quickly. This live stream is going to get demonetized because of how much I'm saying the word white. Matea Tureen says, I'm a butch lesbian, and I think I speak for many of us when I say you're the kind of guy we like being friends with. You rock, my man. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but I appreciate that. That sounds like it's a nice thing to say. Okay, so let's go back to Reddit. This is a subreddit that I haven't actually been over to yet. Supernovarevenge. So there's like pettyrevenge, which is obviously petty, ProRevenge, which is a little bit more serious, nuclearrevenge, which is even more serious, and then I guess supernovarevenge is supposed to be the most extreme, which leads me to believe that it's probably also the most fake. Q, what's your opinion on gay rights? I just want to answer this. Gay rights are good. Yeah, give them the rights. That's what I say. Rights for everybody. Death tag sounds pretty hardcore. I'm just scared. Murder. Okay. This sounds fucking hardcore as shit. Which leads me to believe that these are gonna be all fucking fake as shit. That's my opinion. I think that most of these are gonna be fake. There's also not that many on this. So let's try out plywood pyros. Thank you, Artsy Rosie, for saying that my speech was inspirational. Wow, that is long as a dick, bro. No, that's too much. I'm sorry. Like, if I was making a video, I might consider doing this story, but I know that I'm gonna, like... Because my problem with reading stories is that, like, if I start making mistakes, it just gets worse and worse. Like, once I make one mistake, the likelihood of another mistake just goes up. And so I feel like with a story that long, the risk is very high. I might switch off of just the past 24 hours for this one if we can't find... Let's check this out. Prick of a boss was eliminated during a party. It's got murder in the goddamn... Alright, this is long-ish, but it's not super long. It's pretty hot in my room, by the way, so let's see how this works out. I'm stressed. Okay, here we go. Prick of a boss was eliminated during a party. This is a story from a colleague who told me a few days ago. He was now an old fellow who was not shy and quite proud of his labor-intensive work background. Now, he was working as a security desk... I think that's supposed to be at a security desk, but... It says as a security desk, so I just imagine this old man, like, on his knees and, like, his hands, and somebody else is just, like, doing paperwork on his back, but he's working at a security desk in an office 9 to 5 during his senior years. I think this is more nuclear, but let me know if it should be moved or deleted. Thank you. He was a seaman who works from ship to ship during his youth, from Oceania, Asia, to South America, etc. He worked from ship to ship from different companies and countries, and after he married, he quit the labor job and now as a security guy on some lame office from 9 to 5. The writing is not great on this one already, so F in the chat for me. This event happened in the 90s in some water area in Oceania, where he was working on a fishing ship where they catch fish, large ship with 35 to 45 crew of seamen. He has 15 seamen fellow from the same country and the other from neighboring countries as well. But the boss was from the parent company. Amongst all bosses, there is one boss, vice manager, who is such a prick, he has anger issues, repeatedly bullies workers, and even assaulted them from time to time. If a worker is not fast enough, he often hit them on the head with an iron sclub. This is a working tool made of iron. Oof. FYI, all workers wear a working helmet, even so. It hurts when they get hit with the iron thing, is what they're trying to say. And it was often that this vice manager fight and smack workers who don't even dare to challenge or even fight back. Again, they speak different languages and is working in the middle of the sea far from nowhere. OP, he, the one who told me the story, VM equals vice manager, C equals captain. After several months on the sea, the seamen often spend months on the sea and then go to shore every 3 months to restock foods, etc. Almost everyone in the ship has been harassed by VM. Even OP, who is such a subtle person who don't even talk a lot. But somehow within the last week, VM kept messing with OP on every occasion, because he was one of the smartest and most reliable seamen. He never complained at work. He never complained when work must be done and never fails to do so. VM seems to dislike that a low-level seaman was liked by his peer managers and even the captain. I am struggling to read seaman this many times. I can't believe the OP didn't just like change it to sailor. During the harassing, VM keeps complaining about OP's work, hitting him on the head, cursing, spitting, and even asking him to fight, like a bully, and even accuses OP of stealing some cigarettes slash supplies that belong to the ship. This, however, did not escalate as the captain and other managers sided with OP because of his work, trustworthy, etc., etc. Every low-level seaman dislikes this VM and would like to seek revenge, but nobody has the bravery to do so every plan stays as a plan until OP has had enough of it. OP finally snapped and is seeking to do revenge himself. His blood was boiling and really wanted to smack VM without telling anybody. Okay, so he's getting bullied by this vice manager, which I didn't even know was a position on a boat. The revenge. Someday the ship got a big catch, a lot of catch, so the whole crew worked hard and called it a day. These ships usually don't work the day after the big catch, as maybe their storage is full and everyone had worked hard the day before. And usually the party on the ship, this person cannot be an English speaker primarily, or they're just, this is a poorly written story. I am struggling hard to read this. I don't know if you can tell. They gather on the common room, singing, eating, drinking, a lot of drinking, till they drop. This is an important later. Okay, so they fall asleep because they were drinking a lot. VM, being a drunk, started harassing the others and saying shit, screaming, but everybody being drunk, it was nothing weird. OP, however, seeing the situation, is trying to hint obviously to VM that he needs to pee outside that night, so he told everybody that he is going to the loo. So he goes out and went to the deck. VM obviously sees him and trying to follow him secretly to the deck. Nobody knows. OP knew that VM is following and is making it so that he did not know that he was followed. So VM would keep following him to the side of the ship on the back. I am so confused. I get what's happening here. I know what's going to happen next. OP gestures that he was peeing on the deck when suddenly VM attacked him from behind with an iron tool. It was dark outside, but they do have some dim light. OP saw the attack and fought back, and they both punched and hit each other on the deck. Now, the one important thing about being drunk is that OP decided not to drink that night, so he just smokes, eats, etc., maybe a little bit of beer but not drunk, while VM is drunk, so he might not have his full reaction time, etc. When OP is beaten VM halfway to the ground, OP grabs VM's shirt and his trousers and throws him into the ocean in the middle of the cold night. You might hear a splash, but hey, everybody was drunk in the common room. OP saw VM's shoes lying on the deck, taken off during the fight, and quickly threw them into the ocean. OP quickly returned to the room, panicking, shivering, and tried to sleep, but he finally did later that night. The ship kept sailing that night. The next morning, every crew went back to work as normal. OP went to his work, but at 10 a.m., manager is looking for VM, but finding him nowhere, so he reported to captain. Nobody saw him after the party, and he was nowhere to be found on any of the rooms. So the ship stopped, and all the crew was instructed to search him on every corner. OP even took part, but he knew that he was never to be found. Everyone was questioned on his whereabouts, but OP was not asked, as he was less likely to know or even have something to do with it, especially him being a calm and not talking too much. The captain also took account that everybody was drunk that night, especially VM, as he was a heavy drinker. So the captain assumed that VM might have just fallen by himself to the ocean that night without nobody knowing where and when. The ship continued their work that day, and captain might report to shore about the missing VM, but that's it. Ending. Without VM on board, working conditions are a lot better. No harassing, no bullying, and nobody fight, and all the seamen were happy that VM was no longer there. Alright, so kind of a long and ridiculous story. It is a second-hand account, though, which I think is something you need to take into account when thinking about this story. You know, it's an old man telling it. Old men tend to tell long tales. Who knows if it was real when it was told to this person or not. It seems plausible. Like, okay, give me a true or fake in the chat, but I'll give my justification as to why I think it could be real. I mean, it was in self-defense. So it is a thing that could have happened. The only thing that really doesn't make sense to me is that the guy wasn't questioned. OP was not asked. I feel like everybody on that ship would have been asked about the situation, for sure. Like, there's no way they wouldn't have been. Especially since OP was bullied. Like, people would have taken note of the bullying that happened to OP at the hands of the vice manager, and somebody definitely would have been asking about that. Sounds like a fish story. Yeah, this story sounds fishy if you ask me. I agree. Let's hit up a nuclear revenge, even though that was just a nuclear revenge, but we found it cross-posted onto supernovarevenge. Let me switch this to the past week. Let's see if there's anything good on, Enjoy the 2-story fall, prick. We figured out why the sea is salty from the seamen. There's an update on Notre Dame. Wait, let's see what's up. Okay, I'll read a couple super chats since we got a second here. And we'll get an update on Notre Dame. Alright, so Nick Potma, thank you for the $1. Much appreciated. Osiris says, I love semen. Thank you, Osiris. That's much appreciated. Jesus Christ. Come on. Be mature. Carrie B says, I'm 25 and laughing like a 12-year-old at you saying semen so much. Thanks so much for the laugh. Honestly, if somebody says semen that much, it's really hard not to like, I can read semen like 3 times, but like 10 times in the story it's gonna get to me. Update on the Notre Dame. No one died, but 2 towers were saved, and the main structure... Was the main structure also saved? Hopefully. Taylor Dune, thank you for the $14.99. And Carrie B, thank you once again for the $5. I know it's been a little while, Q. Sorry about that. Busy man organizing the Roller Bro Revolution. But in the meantime, always remember that you are the bombdiggity.com awesome person of the year. Thank you very much, Taylor. I appreciate that. It's very kind. Maybe that's false. Maybe you are the bombdiggity.com awesome person of the year. I like bomb.com. I like bombdiggity.com. Notre Dame will live on. Let's see if we can get some more stories going on here. Can we get some yeets in the chat to keep the energy high up in here? I'm sweating. I have to close my window because I don't want my neighbors to hear me sounding like a crazy person. I'm just gonna take some sips. Hell yeah. Thank you for the yeets. Oh, man. Ugh. Sorry for the break there, guys. Alright, wait. Let's go to the past week. Let's see if we can find a better revenge story. Never underestimate a child's ability for revenge. 513 yeets. So many yeets, so little time. Let's see how long it is. Oh, it's not long at all. Nice. Perfect. That bipolar chick shares with us, never underestimate a child's ability for revenge. Cross post thought it might go well here. First post TLDR at the bottom. Oh, am I the asshole? Okay, cool. It's a little cross post. When I was much younger, I was molested by a few different people on different occasions. This is gonna get pretty intense. You know what? I'll let you guys vote. Give me a go on in the chat or stop in the chat if you don't want to go over a story like this right now. Also, hello, Dark Dom. I just want to leave it up to you guys. If it's gonna change the, if it's gonna kill the vibe of the stream. Let's see. Most people are saying go on. So if this isn't the story for you, let me just give a little prediction. I'd say maybe like 10 minutes in all with talking about it. So maybe leave for 10 minutes. The stream will still be going when you come back in 10 minutes. But yeah, warning to anybody, this story is going to be intense. So if this isn't your thing, if you're watching the replay, skip 10 minutes. If you're at the stream right now, 10 minutes from now, we'll probably not be talking about this story anymore. So am I the asshole? When I was much younger, I was molested by a few different people on different occasions. One almost broke my spirit, but I got my revenge in the end. Being little and in the 4th grade, there wasn't much I could do physically, but I bided my time. After being held out of school by my grandfather, who told me to put on a dress that was much too small and wanted me to sit on his lap, I did neither. But a degree of molestation occurred anyway. I felt dirty, degraded, but most of all, I was pissed. I threw myself even farther into my schoolwork and waited. Tick, tick, tick. My father, who worked nights, was asleep in his room before his shift started. My grandfather and I were in the living room watching television. He in his recliner and I on the couch. He started making noises like a puppy here hopping on his stomach, forcing the air from his lungs, and vomited into the small trash can next to his chair and then grabbed his chest and looked at me. Confused, I asked if he was okay, and all he could say was, "Ugh, ugh." I knew CPR training from the Girl Scouts that he was having a heart attack. I sat on the couch and held eye contact with him, smiling. I waited and waited and waited until he fell unconscious, and it was likely too late for anything to be done before getting my dad, telling him what happened in the living room. Dad called 911, and the ambulance came to take the old man away, and I was sent to the neighbor's house while Dad followed the ambulance in his own vehicle. The old pervert died in the hospital, and I had to play the tearful granddaughter at the funeral. I guess I wasn't a very good Girl Scout after all. That sounds like it worked out. Okay, wait, let's read these edits. Edit. I never told my dad because he would have killed my grandfather, and I would have been placed in the system if he went to jail, and there were no other family members to take me in. I never told Dad after grandfather died because he would have felt like he was unable to protect me, and he was a single father. Edit 2. Holy sheep shit, everyone. Thank you so much for the silver, gold, and platinum. I never expected this post to get the reaction it did. Thank you all for the amazing comments. Edit 3. I'm going to talk with my doctor about upping some of my meds, and will be making an appointment with my therapist. You all have made me feel really great with the comments. I have more stories to tell. I'm 45, but you don't get to be this age without a few scrapes and bruises. Yeah, I mean, it worked out for the best. This is like the ultimate, because it's so easy for nobody to ever know that she just sat by and watched him die. And that must have been so satisfying to stare at him and smile as he passed away. That's dope. That's a good story. I mean, it started off fucked up, but she shouldn't have let him die. She should have gone to the police and let him suffer in jail. He got off easy. I think that... You know, I tend to agree, but I feel like as far as, like, her life moving on and her father's life moving on, it's better because, like, her father doesn't have to deal with the guilt of, like, not being able to do anything about the molestation, and, like, she just gets that satisfaction. I don't know. I think it did work out for the best, just everybody being able to move on and knowing that that he doesn't even get to live anymore. That was believable. That was a good story. Thank you, Nuclear Revenge, for a good story. That was dope. That was absolutely delightful. In the worst way. In the worst way. Because it's like, the revenge stories is like the worst thing that happened yet. Yeah, the story's over, Osiris. So now we are going to try, and let's switch back over to, let's switch over to Entitled Parents. Uber passenger tried to steal my skateboard. The last Entitled Parents story was very bad. So let's see if this one ends up being any better. Okay, this isn't super long. I'm just going to grab some more water because I'm very hot. Do r/Cuestar, please. Is r/Cuestar even a thing? Let's search that up. Let's wait. Let's check out. Let's do a little detour here. I think there is. I think an r/Cuestar does exist. I don't think there's anything in it. r/Cuestar, 40 members. What the heck? I don't know who moderates this. Wait, what? People are like submitting stuff. Peen. Big peen. Some quality stuff over here on r/Cuestar. Wait, let's see what this meme is. I approve of memes. Hey, beautiful. I don't mind that you have a boyfriend. Said nudes? I'm a nice guy. I'm a feminist. Fine, fuck you, bitch. You're missing out, whore. This channel was founded on Nice Guys, and I'm thinking of possibly doing some Nice Guy stories for a live stream, but then also doing not Nice Guy stories, my Nice Guy songs for a live stream, but then maybe also doing a video, because I want to do it as much justice as possible and like explain the story and everything. Yeah, feel free to subscribe to r/Cuestar. Dark Chance 11 is the only moderator, so I hope he's ready for this. If people do end up going through. Okay, so what was the Uber passenger tried to steal my skateboard? After this one, we'll do some super chats. Let me just get another sip of waters. I do not have a Discord. Sorry, guys. I'm very sniffly. When I get to talking a lot on stream, I always get sniffly. I don't know what it is. Just get a deep physical reaction. Uber passenger tried to steal my skateboard. This is probably the third time that I've said that. I own a small skate company and sell skateboards. We don't make tons of money, so I also drive for Uber to fund as much as humanly possible. Yes, I'm that stereotype. Also, I always have my skateboard in the back of my car. You never know when you'll find a nice smooth parking lot or cool spot you want to skate. Anyways, I've gotten all kinds of crazy passengers, but this little poo takes the cake. I go to pick up my family from a fancy hotel in downtown San Diego. They tell me they were going on a cruise, and of course they had all their bags. We put them in the trunk where I keep my skateboard. This is when I first noticed this little poo pick up my board and admire it. No big deal, lots of people like our board. It's bright and colorful. Even my grip tape and trucks are super colorful. Anyway, they throw their bags into my trunk and they hop in, and we drive to their cruise. To the cruise that they're going to. The little poo then proceeds to heavily compliment my board and tells me all about how cool skateboards are. He says he looks up to them. He looks up to, skateboarders. I was like, you admire skateboards themselves? Sorry, I'm so stupid. Anyways, after they throw their bags in my trunk and hop in, we drive to their cruise, and he says he looks up to the skateboarders. We chat for a few minutes about what tricks I can do where I skate locally. This is where he asks if he can have my board. You'd be so much cooler if you gave me your board. You're my hero, says the little poo. Oh, I'm sorry, I just can't do that. It's my board and it's very special to me. It's set up for me specifically, I tell him. This is already fake. This is already fake. Because it's like a reference to, not Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's the other, like, high school movie from the 90s that's set in the 70s? You'd be a lot... Hey, you got a cigarette? You'd be a lot cooler if you had one. I forget what movie that is. This story's a mess. r/fake as fuck. I'll be just like you then. You know, we sell them. Dazed and Confused is the movie, and I am already giving up on this story. I don't want to go through the rest of this text. You'd be a lot cooler if you gave it to me. Come on. Come on, no. No, Entitled Parents. This is exactly what I expected from you, Entitled Parents, and the prophecy is coming true. Whoa, posting slurs in my game? Say goodbye to your Twitch career. Oh, this is a ProRevenge. I don't think there are any new super chats, so I'm going to continue on with the story. I'm sorry, this chat caught my attention. Shout out to my cat who keeps stepping on my tits. Owie. This is why r/EntitledParents is a horrible sub. Oh no. Okay, this says N-word. This says the N-word. And, it's pretty long. These subreddits are bad. I don't like them. This may have already been answered, but would you ever... I'm sorry, I'm answering a super chat midstream. I don't usually do that, but here we go. This may have already been answered, but would you ever do r/raised by narcissists? Love your content, man. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. It just sounds kind of like a fucked up... It doesn't sound like a subreddit that, like, should be used for YouTube content. I mean, like, yeah, there could be crazy stories on there. Thank you for the $5, by the way, Zitero. I don't know, maybe I would. Do you guys think it's, like, ethical to do a subreddit like that? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Do you think it's ethical to do something like Raised by Narcissists? Do you think it's, like, good to, like, spread awareness, or do you think it's too extreme? r/end me, please, says RC Rosie. r/trashy. r/no sleep. I definitely want to do another no sleep in the future. Thanks for the suggestion. A lot of people are saying yes. I'll have to make up my own mind and figure it out. It depends. Yeah, it would depend on the story, I think. That's a good point, Ale Titan. Ethical? I don't know. A lot of us can relate to the narcissist subreddit. Parent. I charge 30 V-Bucks per nude. You're horrendously undercharging, Osiris. Q, let's make a nice guys video. Why the fuck not, dude? Let's do it right now on livestream, JK. Okay, this seems... CEO voids a verbal agreement. This got 3 platinum. Oh no, that's an epic tale. I hate that how long some of these stories are, because I just know that I'm gonna mess them up super badly. I also don't think that... I think that no sleep would be good for a video, but probably not for a live stream. Just because it'd be hard to get like the creepy vibe going. I demand CBs as my child has gotten good grades, and I know the owner and will have you arrested if you don't. I should do Choosing Beggars. Maybe I'll do a Choosing Beggars stream. I'm not sure. Manager thought my job role was unnecessary. Learns the hard way that it wasn't. Just looking for a good short story. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's nice. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a short break. I mean, I think I can run an ad on this stream. As ridiculous as this sounds. I'm going to take a short break. Literally just 1 minute. What does play ad do? I don't know what that just did. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be back. I just want to fill up my water and stay hydrated. You guys do the same real quick, okay? There should be some RuneScape music playing in the background. I probably should have turned it up a little bit for my break. Thank you for your patience, you lovely H2Hos and rollerbladers. Rollerbladers. 30 V-Bucks. Osiris, be wholesome in the chat. I'm gonna tell everybody your, rice score, or whatever it's called. Man, these sniffles aren't going away. Okay, let's check out this story. After this story, we might read some more super chats if there's any more that came through that I didn't address. Manager thought my job role was unnecessary, learns the hard way it wasn't. About 20 years ago, I worked in the technology field as a sales engineer, supporting sales reps. A new sales manager joined the field team and didn't like the control sales engineers had over the sales process. Because I was the lead sales engineer, he decided to make me an example of his brilliance. He got a very large lead with a bank and proceeded to close a very large deal without involving any sales engineers at all. Just after the deal closed, he called to gloat, saying something to the effect of, "The biggest deal of the month. Oh wait, you did not participate at all. Ho ho ho." After about a month or so later, I get a call from that manager in a bit of a panic, and I partake in a conference call with the customer. It is decided that I need to come to the company for a meeting. At the meeting, I figure out the sales manager and the sales rep totally messed things up and sold the customer an incomplete set of solutions. In the meeting, I casually mentioned that maybe the customer could return one bit of stuff and replace it with another, as they were roughly the same price. After the meeting, sales manager starts bitching at me for mentioning price. Price was the exclusive domain Price was the exclusive domain of the sales rep. He calls my manager to shit all over me. I didn't like my manager at all, so when he took the sales rep's side, I said F you and quit. I sent a very lengthy defense of my actions during the meeting to HR. 4 months later, I get a call from another sales rep still at the company, and he asks, "Hey, what happened at XYZ Bank? They are suing us." I call XYZ Bank and get an email. I call XYZ Bank and get the email for the CIO and send them a letter explaining I was the sales engineer for the company. You are suing, call me. They eventually send a lawyer to interview me and get my side of the events. My testimony was devastating to my former company's defense. I showed the bank the letter I sent my HR, in which I claim our company lied to the customer to get a sale. Oh no. Not sounding like it's going well for the company here. Eventually, I get a subpoena to be deposited in the bank versus the company lawsuit by my former company's lawyers. By that time, I was working elsewhere and hanging out on the Yahoo stock message boards and bashing the company's stock. One day, another sales rep from a distant territory that I still talked to called me to say that a huge deal we had worked on for over a year had just fallen through in dramatic fashion. I posted to the Yahoo message board devoted to that stock. The stock crashed $13 the next day. I wonder if my post had anything to do with it. Probably not. I don't know if people are looking at the Yahoo message board to decide if a stock goes up or down. That's just my personal opinion. About 6 weeks after the stock crashed, it's the day before I'm supposed to get deposed in the bank versus company matter. I get served with a lawsuit by the company. They'd used the SLAPP laws to get my identity from Yahoo and sue me for the post that crashed their stock. So I went to the deposition the next day and said, "I'm sorry, the company you represent today just served me with a lawsuit last night. This deposition is over." They were dumbfounded. Turns out there were two separate legal teams, one working on defending the company against the bank suit, and one finding that pesky internet troll that crashed their stock, and the two never noticed that the same person was central to each. The company settled with the bank and dropped their suit against me soon thereafter. The long letter I sent to HR, turns out the managers above me didn't read it. Once the lawsuit was over, the sales rep, the sales manager, and his manager were all fired. This is incredibly fake. This sounds like this person... Follow-up? You have a follow-up? Oh no, follow-on story. When I quit, I sold my internet options at ATH. Fake as fuck. This is like, I would give this a fake as fuck out of 10. Tell me if you think it's fake or real in the chat. I need a sip of water. It sounds like this person's like trying to write a movie and it's a bad one. It got gold. It got gold too. And it's like they had a decent story going on until they like talked about a message board post. You could have talked about the lawsuit crashing the stock. That would have made so much more sense. Ugh. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. It's a good way to put it, Dark Dom. This is such a bad story, though. It's like some of these stories that are bad, I commend for at least being well written and being kind of a fun story. This just ended up being really stupid. And that's the entire point of the stream. Let me know. Tell me yes if you think that it's fun to like look at these stories and kind of make fun of them for being fake and shitty. Or if you think that's, or if you think you'd rather look at a subreddit that we take seriously. Dino USB, buy me Overwatch loot boxes. Osiris already has all the skins. I collect real life skins. Squelch, you're on a list now for saying that. Or Squeege? I'm sorry, Squeege, not Squelch. I like real stories. I feel you. I think they're both kind of fun. Buy me money, I'm poor. I'll buy you a couple monies, Artsy Rosie. Read super chats. Yeah, let's check out some super chats. I don't think there's too many, so it should be pretty quick. Sorry, let me just scroll down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, Zitero said this may have already been answered, but what do you do raised by narcissists? I would consider doing raised by narcissists in the future. Probably, since people seem to think that it was a decent idea. Thank you for the $5, Zitero. Al Ninja says, Cuestar's no for fakers, pure dead, brilliant channel. I'm so confused by that, but I appreciate it. Al Ninja, thank you for the 2 quid. Emily Pruitt donated 99 cents twice, so thank you, Emily Pruitt. No message there, though. I can't read, Dino. You get to touch my feet for free. Let me make bank. Oh, that's true. Osiris, although very strange. I might do face cam on streams in the future. I don't know. I feel like more comfortable. I feel more comfortable sometimes being off camera on the stream. But then sometimes I like being on camera because I feel like you guys can like see my facial reactions to stuff. So, okay, we've got like 15 minutes left of the stream. Sniffly as hell. I feel like I want one more good revenge story. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys are reading this fucking title, but it sounds pretty extreme. I don't know, maybe the supernova revenges are too extreme. Maybe that's the problem. Dead Wanning. Oh, does this story get removed? No. Harassing girls is a fast way to an early grave. They're always so extreme. Okay. Eliminated. Yeah, we read that one. We read that one. r/Cuestar lit as hell. Oh, maybe let's try a petty revenge. Let's try out a petty revenge. That sounds like a good idea. You should look up Neti Pot on Amazon. They help with spring allergies. It's not an allergy problem. I think it's just like, I don't know what it is, because I'm never stuffed up before the stream. It's always just when I'm streaming and I'm talking a lot, it ends up becoming a problem. Oh no, why? Ow. Ouch, that hurts so much. Oh my god, that really hurt. Where the fuck is... I tried r/pettyrevenge and it took me to light mode Reddit, which just made me upset. Come on, baby. Wait, did Petty Revenge literally, like, just get deleted? Pretty Revenge. Pretty Revenge might not be the subreddit that we want. Please. No, why? Okay. Okay, thank God. That hurt me so much. Allergic to your fans? No, it's just speaking. When you're doing revenge but are cute doing it. Talk about misery box? I don't know. I don't know if I really have much more to say other than what I said in my video. You know? Basically what I have to say on that, if you haven't, I mean, if you've watched the video, if you haven't watched the video, Misery Box used to run a channel called Jimmernam, and he was a live streamer, and he harassed people and doxed people, and he got banned from YouTube. And if you make another account on YouTube, that's ban evasion, so I think he should be banned again on his new account. He doesn't deserve to make money off this website or have an audience on this website, because he had an opportunity to use this website properly, and he squandered it by being an asshole. So that's my take on that. Game of Thrones related. Oh, let's be topical. Yeah, I know a lot of people liked Misery Box, and there's nothing wrong with liking a person's content and then realizing that they weren't the best person. It does happen. You know? But yeah, let's check out this story. Sniffle, sniffle. Good luck watching Game of Thrones this Sunday. When I went home to California to take my mom to chemo, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. Great start. We tried to make it work, most likely because I couldn't take any more life upheavals at that point. But come mid-November, it was over. I found my own apartment and moved out. We were living together. A few months after we split up, I went to a concert with my ex since we purchased tickets 10 months prior. He, at some point, became malicious, telling me the name of the new girl he was seeing, telling me that I wouldn't own a house before him because of my student loans, and because he was living with his parents again. He told me I was mean and selfish, and that he downloaded dating apps before we split up. He finalized his monologue with, "Cheating on you was the best decision of my life." Then he left me stranded at a bar with a dead phone and no way home. I haven't talked to him since. Well, I know he's still signed into my HBO Now account, but I didn't really care. I think it's called HBO Go. I kept thinking that I'd reset the password and log out of all devices eventually, but never got around to it. Knowing that Game of Thrones is premiering this Sunday, I came to the realization that I would wait as long as possible before the premiere to sign him out. So today I signed out of all devices on HBO and changed the password so he can't watch the premiere. I'm sure he has friends that may watch it with him, but I know that his parents don't have an HBO subscription, and because he lives at home with his parents come Sunday night, he will find out that he no longer has access to Game of Thrones. Edit update. For everyone saying that I should have waited longer, I agree. I was just worried that I was going to forget. Also, it could take up to 4 hours to log out of all devices, so I wasn't going to risk it. He doesn't know I did this. I'm strongly contemplating buying the spoilers for only the last episode to be texted to him, but that might be beyond petty. I've never heard of buying spoilers. Can you, like, go on a website and, like, buy the spoilers for a show? I like it. I like it. It seems... See, I feel like the petty revenges are almost inherently more believable. Because they're petty. And they're like something that you could see yourself doing. Like, this is so easy to do. So good for you. I don't understand why he was such a dick at the concert. Like, why even go... Why don't you just both go to the concert that you bought tickets for, and then go... Oh, I guess they were probably, like, had seats together. I've only gone to, like, concerts that are... Most of the concerts that I've been to have been general admission, so I forgot that, like, if you buy a ticket, you might be sitting next to somebody. Oh, I think she's... She means paying someone to send spoilers to him. That makes sense. So overall, believable. Let me know if you think it's fake or real in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put in the polls for the afterwards video. You can just let me know in the comments if you think it was fake or real. Because I think there's too many polls to get all the stories covered. See if we can find one more petty revenge before we wrap up this stream. And then I'll do another round of reading super chats if there's any more of those. Won't pay me back. Have fun paying all of a month's rent. Alright, nice. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect size for final story. Won't pay me back. Have fun paying all of a month's rent. This one is my mom's story. Many years ago, my mom was roommates with 5 people, including a lady whose name was on the lease and her bratty son, BS. My mom, despite not having a good paying job, always made her rent every month and saved her money on the side. For the most part, she got along with everyone, even going so far as to let the bratty son eat the food she bought, which, by the way, he always tried to sneak behind her back. One day, Elle comes to my mom asking to borrow around $800, going down on her knees and crying about a terrible financial situation she was in. Well, Mom was always the type to come to people's aid, and with the promise of being paid the money back in the following month, she went ahead and lent Elle the money. I don't like it at all already. As you can guess, month after month passed, and Elle never paid Mom back, despite being continuously reminded. And of course, it was always accompanied with some excuse. I have to pay for BS's school uniform. I don't have enough money this month, etc., etc. Well, Mom knew she was lying out of her ass because she would see Elle making long-distance calls to her boyfriend overseas that would last hours, see Elle with new and unnecessary things, etc. Obviously pointing to the fact that she had money but didn't prioritize paying Mom back. So, Mom cooked up a plan. Since everyone gave their share of the rent to Elle every month, my mom went to the other 2 roommates and informed them of the whole situation. They agreed to give their share of the rent to my mom instead, leaving Elle with the responsibility of shouldering a whole month's rent, which she would have no choice but to pay as the lease was in her name. When Elle found out about this, she stormed over to my mom and demanded why she had done that. Coolly, she replied, You owed me $800 and I was just trying to get it back. That's just a good strategy. And yeah, if you're in the position of having your name on the lease and people have to give you money for rent, yeah, don't have an outstanding loan that you haven't paid back with one of your roommates. I like that one a lot. I feel like that seems real. Let me know if you think that's real or not. Sorry, guys. I got sniffled so hard. I need to fucking beat these sniffles. So I think that's the last story. I'm gonna check some super chats and then we'll wrap this one up. Let me know, after the stream, I don't know if you can leave comments or not, but... Well, actually, in the chat right now, let me know if you have any suggestions for the stream. So Jimmy Ruble donated $1.99. Thank you so much for that. Or Jimmy Rubble. I'm not sure. Cut off your nose. Travis, I don't know what that symbol means, but thank you for the $1.99. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to frick with. Jimmy Ruble said, totally turned a friend at work onto r/neckbeards because of you. Nice. Thank you for spreading the good word, and thank you for the $5. Saber Cyan, your mom gay, also she likes semen. IDK about either of those things. Jackbox TV, no sleeper, let's not meet. Nice, guys. Maybe do some Ask Reddits. That's a good idea, Subliminal Rose. Post on r/Cuestar. Scribilio. That's another nice idea. How much water should I drink per day if I'm subscribed and have notifications on? I think the recommended amount is anywhere from like 64 to 100 ounces. It's not 8 gallons. I know it's not 8 gallons. Why are there Fs? Oh, F for Q sniffles. Oh, Natasha, thank you for the $5. And I think her name is Kohlenberger, I'm guessing. I use Raised by Narcissists. It is helpful to me, but it talks about abuse a lot and may be not good to put a video on and rate for, honestly. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. But it might be something that I just need to give warnings for if I'm going to cover it. I definitely am coming down with the big gay. Somebody said that. So Janksy says I need to obtain the big gay. Or wait, you want me to obtain the big gay? Or I already have obtained the big gay? I said gallons. You can do cups, but whatever. 2 liters of water a day. Osiris is lit. Thank you, Emily Murray. I drink unleaded gas. Don't do that, memes for you. I'm assuming you're just memeing on us. I drink like a cup a day. Help me. Start off your day, Saber Cyan, by just immediately drinking a cup. And then try and drink more throughout the day. That helps me. Gregory Whitaker, thank you so much for the $9.99. That is very, very sweet of you. No one knows if you have the big gay. If you do raised by narcissists, don't monetize it. Sorry for spelling. r/nothing ever happens is the sub that responds to posts claim to be that happened, but sometimes those stories may very well have actually happened. I actually have heard of that one. Malicious compliance is a very good one, kind of like the revenge stories. I've seen that one a decent amount, especially from Fresh. I might try it out. You can make the live stream interactive and asked if we think the post actually happened or not. I did that. Oh, I see what you're saying on r/nothing ever happens. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Can I drink a Tide Pod with ice cubes? No. Ice cubes. Ice cubes? No. Yeah, I'm glad you just... Oh, no, you did not delete the chat. I have the biggest bottle of Fiji water. And I'm Ubering to the best of my abilities. Oh, nice. Russian roulette for an unvaxxed kid is drinking from a cup and not knowing whether it's there or not. Wait, what? I'm confused. r/entitled people. Maybe we could check that out on stream again. I feel like it's going to be a lot of, like, fake-ish stories, kind of like Entitled Parents. 6 bottle of water. You're killing it. Osiris, I'm going to need you to be more wholesome as you're representing the mod team. I mean, I'm all about having fun, but don't be gross. I drink NaCl, sipping on straight chlorine. Not Stop and Shop because they're on strike. Oof. Poor Stop and Shop, I guess. Osiris Furry confirmed. Do you have any cool stories like revenge, etc.? I've never really gotten revenge on anybody. I'd have to think about that, though. I don't think I have. Also, can I ask what happened to the Discord? I left after the raid. The raid is what ended it, pretty much. Oh, after the raid. Which raid? Because there were multiple. But there was, like, an internal raid where I kind of was just like, fuck this, and then I left. I destroyed it. It goes deeper than that. It wasn't quite that simple. Yeah, of course I've heard of Fluke TV. He is an OG. He was one of the first to do the Reddit videos. The story is on the VS. Oh, nice. Perfect. Yeah, we might get the validation station involved in the future, too. I want I really want something interesting to happen so I can exaggerate it and get karma. What about Sorrow TV? Of course I've heard of Sorrow TV. What's your opinion on Suit House? Yeah, those guys are fun. I like their videos. Alright, with that, I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for being a delightful audience and always being cool. Of course, Osiris is going to end it on that note. Okay. I guess you're referring to your cat profile picture. It's okay. Nothing against furries. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with furries. Also, thank you for the $2, Osiris. Peace out, everybody. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Skate on to the best of your abilities, and make sure you're drinking more water. Bye.